Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good afternoon, I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Joshua Franson, and a cooler day with a little bit of sunshine we saw throughout the morning hours. Well, sorry to say those clouds are beginning to move in, and we're going to be mostly cloudy heading into the afternoon, and it's not too fun, especially with the cooler air moving in. Winds are out of the northeast today at about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Might make the wind chills feel near the single digits and teens at times, and we'll get them to swap out of the east tonight and then southeast tomorrow, but tomorrow we see the arrival of our next system, which brings with it freezing drizzle. And I'll show you that here on Future Track. Going into the future, there's those clouds increasing, mostly cloudy this afternoon. Tonight, remaining cloudy. Temperatures a little bit on the warmer side technically tonight, but still will be cool with temperatures, or at least wind chills, getting close to those single digits. Now into the day tomorrow, at least starting off with the morning, we'll maybe see some snow flurries move through, but the main event arrives about after lunchtime, around 2 to 3 p.m. We'll see that freezing drizzle move in across our area, and that can generate a lot of slick spots on the roads. And you might have noticed, well, Josh, didn't look too intense, but technically freezing drizzle is very, very light, and it only takes a little bit to make those roads very slick, and it's also hard to see on the roads. So that's why we do have that yellow alert day in place. But after that, we'll move out after midnight. We'll pretty much be sitting cloudy. So overall for today, temperatures staying in the upper teens and possibly upper 20s further off to the south. Will be mostly cloudy tonight, dropping down into the teens and lower 20s. We'll have wind chills near the single digits at times. Tomorrow is when we do have that yellow alert day in place. Temperatures in the upper 20s, lower 30s, pretty close to freezing, but not really above it yet. So that does bring in the potential for any liquid hitting the surface to freeze on contact, hence why the yellow alert day is there. Any glaze of ice can make things pretty slippery, so make sure you're driving extra careful. It seems like most of us will have the opportunity to see freezing drizzle, especially once most of that system moves through in later in the afternoon. But after that, seems like things are going to get quite a bit cooler after that system moves through. It really opens the doors for more cold air to move in from the northwest. And we'll start to see that later next week once we get past all that freezing drizzle. And this will also provide the opportunity as well for some snowfall to move through, and that will be on the 10-day forecast. But your city-by-city forecast, mostly cloudy skies, sitting in the 20s today, getting into the 30s tomorrow, but not warm enough. That brings in the freezing drizzle concerns. And then Thursday, mostly sunny, a little bit more mild in the upper 30s and 40s. That should help melt off any ice that does develop. And then after that, we see our next snow chance arrive on Saturday. Temperatures staying in the 30s, falling off into the teens. And notice how we're sitting seasonal and further ahead in the period, and even cooler towards the end with a couple more snow chances. So while we will be returning to that colder weather, at least it'll bring with it some opportunities to make it look a little more like winter around here.